shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes, there's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. There's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my way, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swab in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. And Ken, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swab in my whole life. My whole life.
Till they bury me. I'm 1 West till they bury me. I'm 1 West till they bury me. I be 1 West to the death till they bury me. 1 West till they bury me. I'm 1 West till they bury me. I'm 1 West till they bury me. I be 1 West to the death till they bury me. I be 1 West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of 1 West rising to prominent. Cause I be 1 West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been the proper since a teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire. Around with me, and I had a nigga spin like a tire. Down the deep, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Let's have fun with it.
Uh-oh, stepped up on the scene, catching that.
Yeah. Hey, Cat. What's wrong with these niggas, man? First off, no need to go back and forth with the scriptures, cause every time you niggas talk, y'all just proving you wicked. Really? See, the U.P.K name was mentioned by some Israelite group who called a leader a bishop. Really? And what I'm stating is all facts, you lost that. U.P.K, that's them hard cats. Cross that, said the shield of David was Molech. Stop that, hope you told Esau that when you got your cop badge. Hypocrites, that's that shit we don't like. Fraud niggas, that's that shit we don't like. Come on, man, you Tom Clancy niggas cause division. Bunch of wicked ass niggas in your spirit bear witness. That's what's wrong with you boys, let a man check you. Foot on they neck, applying all this damn pressure. No regard for the black lives the clan gathered. That's the shows how you feel about your ancestors. If you really in these streets, where your teachings at? If you really men of war, where your mitri at? Brotherhood and loyalty, is you teaching that? Pharisees and heresies, you teaching that? When it comes to a check, you niggas turn into Judas. How you speak against the beast, then go join with they movement? You can't lock a brother up cause he don't know what the truth is. Talking about building a nation, you helping us lose it. See, now y'all niggas see why we don't link up with no squad. The more you niggas teach is the reason you show why. The day you left us was the day that your soul died. The Lord named Yahweh, why you calling him Anya? It ain't come from the prophets, then you know that it's all lies. The general held on, nigga, he never jumped side. And y'all see everything we do for the 12 tribes. We see the shit you niggas do when doves cry. Y'all hated rank, now y'all copy our style. Shit, we heard about your video, seen it and smile. Now it's time to set the record straight. We coming for Nate, dog, let's regulate. Motherfucker, we hit him up. War. Why you suckers is fellowshipping? Fucking Christians, why would you ever consider dissing? Nigga, listen, you don't never last in our division. That U.P.K warhead launching is never missing. Officer down, I'ma start to offer you clowns. How you talking tough in your church offering gown? Y'all just a cheap imitation. These niggas hating. Wanna be us so bad as humiliating. Making diss tracks using indirect statements. I.U.I.C.P.D. on location. Lying to their faces, lying in your convo. Putting cases on everybody, Nate like Alonzo. U.P.K the big dog, rest of y'all just pups. We about to separate purebred from mutts. Y'all days is up, y'all gay as fuck. You say you got the truth, but the truth is you suck. Y'all should stick to lying, cause rapping ain't where you want go. You took your shot, got blocked, knocked today like Matumbo. Holding came with Columbo, U.P.K do a jumbo. Can't beat us with the scriptures, rapping not in the rumble. Y'all second class, y'all wouldn't last in the jungle. You dealing with the predators, wearing purpley regular. I.U.I.C so peeved, they irrelevant. Your track so corny, I'm doing this for the hell of it. Just to be clear, I don't give give a fuck like I'm celibate. Got your bitches singing Chief Keef, y'all so delicate. Then you try to pick up a mic, that ain't intelligent. And if you talking numbers, you ain't fucking with us, they either. Cause every one of ours were 3 or 4 of you divas. You hard as a Justin Bieber, we hot as a fucking fever. You should join the trooper program, you starving for a leader. UPK will make y'all men. We do a lot of charity, so we'll take y'all in. Show you how to be a soldier and to keep them hoes in their place. But to be honest, I'd rather punch them dead in their face. Kinda curious what color red and purple make now. Is that your camp or your girl camp? You stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches was even landing. IUIC get slapped open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gon' learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses.
Kaboom! Ballad in the building! I kill these motherfucking niggas and I kill them!
You stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches was even landing. IUIC get slapped open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gon' learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses, purple blouses. I know them bitches running your houses. I see you worship women, I know who wearing the trousers. Really, I prefer that we take it straight to the warfare. What we doing here? Folding y'all like a lawn chair. It's the wrong year. Betting y'all get the point clear. Squad too soft to beef with true bosses. You can thank the general sending you all these losses. Then you go to Ghana, so far from Americana, so you can get them little boys naked in their cabana. I see what Purple Rain and Bambada they got in common. They ever touch my kids, I'ma bury them, never find them. Next time, better watch your mouth and watch your rhyming. Never mention general, direct or subliminal. You gon' need more than them cops to come defending you. Better get the SBI, the military, GMS on PMS, polite SETI. The whole conscious community come together in unity. Still won't be enough in between to protect you from me. Now, is we finished or we done? One West where I'm from, when you see us better run. I ain't put my all in this verse, I'm having fun. And what make it even worse for you cowards, it just begun. Fuck it, I can do this shit forever. Purple started raining, I'm coming with an umbrella. I'm coming with a vendetta. We go to war like wherever. IUIC in the ICU.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
It's like about his 10th video back. Just let me know when you're up. Let's clap it up. Thumb. Tonight, Wednesday, scripture breakdown class. Live in DC. If you're in the area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, y'all check in, tap in, pull up, come on to the class. You know how we do it. This is the home of the truth. Since 1969, 1 West 125th Street. Always was, always is, and always will be. Will never change. There will be no new teachings. There will be no evolving and all that other LGBTQ nonsense. This is the pure truth, unadulterated and unchanged. And for sure, unchanged is very valuable for one reason and one reason only, because to change the truth or to change the words of God is to get closer to Satan. To change the words of God or to evolve the words of God is to really make it more American, make it more acceptable, make it more nice to hear. Do me a favor, you could take this fan off here. Good. All right. Make it more nice to hear, to make it more easier on the ears, make it more acceptable, make it more user friendly. You understand? Make it more user friendly. All right. So for sure we're gonna get into it. You still have not found it.
Don't ask us why you did on the night.
No, give me 1 second. I'm gonna send it to you. All right. So tonight, of course, any questions anybody have, just type in. Right. We have a number. What's the number? You wanna
Number is 202-989-1950.
all right, say it one more time for them.
202-989-1950.
Right. And then you could put it up on the screen. They could call in. You could call in live from anywhere in the world. You could call that number from anywhere in the world, whether in America, UK, France, Germany, the Caribbean, wherever. Use that number. You could call on in, ask your questions, type your questions in the chat, send a message in. If you're any officer, anywhere, any school, any trooper, any student, confirmed students in the school, or let me leave it at just troopers and officers for now. All right, troopers and officers in the school. You'll want to be part of the class tonight. Just contact the DC page or type in the chat. How do I get on the StreamYard? How do I get on the live? And you'll be able to be in class, ask your questions live, all the same, right? You may not be able to call in, or you might have now as internet access. You could do the same. All right, you could call it up in. Also, too, big up again, Officer YAHANNA out there in Philly, man. Y'all give YAHANNA a hand, man. See if you can find a picture of YAHANNA, brother. Put it up on the screen, let everybody see who YAHANNA is. YAHANNA is a brother who recently passed away, and this was no young brother. This was an older brother. I think he was in the Vietnam War, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? Passed away in Philly all the way till the end of his life. He was one Y.A.H.U.P.K, no changing, no Christian in him. If I'm not mistaken, I think YAHANNA did Hebrew Academy too. He did Hebrew Academy and graduated, which is like, what the hell is your excuse? You understand? He battling his knees, his back, everything else that hurts him, not to mention whatever medical stuff, because he sort of, make you do whatever for Vietnam. And he able to be there every weekend or however long, how much, whatever time it is, be on time and give it his all, push it through. Another brother who was like that was Officer I.S.U.P.K. Officer I.S.U.P.K was another older brother, probably late 70s. You understand? Came in the troop, was there for years, battle, rolled through, did the Hebrew Academy. He was told he would graduate regardless. He didn't have to do it because of his age. I said, damn that, he would throw his cane to the floor and get into the exercises. But you couldn't get him to, skip through or coast through nothing. You know what I mean? And that's what the scripture mean when it say he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. You get the point? He that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. You're gonna have that stage in life. And this is the glorious thing about being in the UPK. In here, you don't die like people in the world. In here, you don't die like some, sinner in the world. You die the death of great men. You die like laying in his bed. You get the point? Up in his age, surrounded by men who love him, brothers and sisters who absolutely love him. You get the point? You don't die in the street like some oppressor, or some, child of the oppressor, or some Christian. That's the word I'm looking for. You don't perish like a Christian, but you perish like Yasha, like Israel. You get the point? Because you found a picture of him? Put it up on, you have it up?
I had it up.
No sweat. Put it back up on the screen for the brother until I take it down, all right? Leave it up there for a second. Officer YAHANNA, he was laid to rest today.
The IUIC are a bunch of bullies and a bunch of liars.
Everywhere.
And here's the proof.
A lot of false dealings going on.
Absolute, absolute credit to you, to yourself. All right, hold on. Let me see. Right, the brother was 72 years old. Also, big up Officer Marah. Give Marah a hand, brother. Marah took care of this brother like he was his father and his son at the same time. You understand? He took care of this brother all the way till the end. I mean, in the damn hospital, in the room, Marah would take care of him at his home, run to his appointments with him, and that's what you want, brother. That's what you want in life, Ark. That's really honoring thy father, honoring thy mother, who, you know, Yahweh is a brother old enough to be his father. And Marah was, you know, put life on pause for this brother. And that's a very, very honorable thing to do. And that's how it's supposed to be. The younger generation is supposed to bury the older generation, not the other way around. You are there in the Christian church worshiping all Thanksgiving and burying your nephew. Every year you're burying some grandson. And woe is me, and lordy, lordy me. Why don't you come and serve the Lord and let somebody bury you? And that's how it's supposed to be. Let somebody cry and mourn over you. Right. Instead of you mourning over somebody. Take this fan off for me, please, brother, if you don't mind. Take it off. Right? Instead of you mourning over somebody, and then when it's time for you to go, guess what? You done buried everybody who would have buried you. Now who gonna bury you? Now you in some nursing home with some hamite flipping you onto the ground and your own piss and filth wouldn't change your diaper because all your young ones done perished by the sword because you wanted to remain Christian. You understand? You know, again, salute to Officer Yahweh and again Officer Marah for being such an outstanding son and brother. You know what I mean, to this brother Officer Yahweh is very, very commendable. And we're gonna be called to do this, you know, for your own parents of flesh and blood and brothers and sisters who in here even. You're gonna be called to do it because this is the house that Commander YAHANNA done been left in charge of. This is the house the UPK has raised up, and this is what we do. All right. Where we at? Any questions now?
Council, we have a question. We have a
no, so tonight we are going into that color purple. We are going into the purple. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Make sure and tune in, like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? We're going into the cheerleader Freeda. All right. Big Freeda, a.k.a. Abigail. Right. And, you know, the house of the purple. Right. The house of the purple. Let me just free y'all if y'all don't fully understand. That house of purple is the Christian church. It's no different than Christians. Don't look at it as these are Israelites too. And, you know, they brothers too. Don't look at it like that. This is the church. This is Eddie Law. This is Creflo Dollar. That's what this is. Because I know because they say shalom or shalom or shalom or whatever, they might find a place in your heart, not mine. They might find some sympathy from you, but not me. I'm telling you straight up. I don't have the brotherhood for anybody outside of the truth. And when I say the truth, I'm talking about the I.S.U.P.K. Right? I don't have no, you know, I don't have nothing for you. You're a Christian to me. You're in the world. You can be fished. But don't think I'm looking at you the same like I look at the brothers who stand on a corner with me facing death. Don't think I look at you the same as brothers who in different parts of the world who sacrifice their life. You know what I mean? For the same thing I do. I don't look at you the same. Don't ever mistake it for that. Now, if you in that position, you might want to, check with your spirit and see why you so have that affinity for them. But we don't. I mean, I don't. You get the point? So where we at now?
Council, there's a question from Yaquataza. He says, Lucky, sir, can I get a breakdown on Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 11?
All right, let's get it. All right. Everybody saw the Monday night show that Commander YAHANNA did? All right, y'all make sure you'll go and like and subscribe, share the link. Go on there, leave a comment, man. Go on there, leave a comment, support the truth. Support the truth ain't just your tithes and donations and your camp fund. Go in there and battle on the battlefield right now. The battlefield right now is goddamn internet. The internet is the battlefield right now. You understand? Go on there and get with it and battle and raise it up. Raise hell. All right. Where we at?
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 2.
Okay.
Where in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air,
Mm-hmm.
the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I read it. Say it one more time.
Ephesians chapter 2. It's like it. That was one. Ephesians 2 and 11.
2 and 11. 2 and 11. Okay.
Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
Okay. All right, read one more time.
Ephesians 2 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh,
Mm-hmm.
who were called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
Okay. Okay, so just to give you a backdrop, anybody knows what what's being talked about here in Ephesians? Go ahead, let me hear you.
I believe they're talking about the people, the Gentiles who weren't circumcised, the people who were, the Jews who were circumcised were called the people who weren't circumcised, the Gentiles who weren't Israel.
Say that part again?
Because they didn't get circumcised.
Say that the ones who were circumcised were called them the uncircumcised, right?
They said that they were like heathens, or they weren't part of the nation because they didn't get circumcised.
Okay, that's what's going on here, right? The whole New Testament, for the most part, not the whole, but a great majority of that first part of it, everything from Acts, Romans, onwards, is damn near. Is Paul going through and fishing brothers into the truth who grew up some other, under some other nationality or culture or religious belief, and he's pulling them back in. So now as he's pulling them back in, what would happen was that the brothers who grew up in Jerusalem, the brothers who grew up in Israel and the Commonwealth, right? I think that's the precept I want for this too. Give me the Commonwealth. All right, the brothers who grew up there would not accept the brothers who coming from other places. You get the point? Who coming from, Corinth or Greece, or like how Ruth came from the land of Moab. You get the point? So, yeah, to what? Pause for now. To what? I'm to what? You could go ahead and give it up, right? So the whole battle would be an acceptance between the brothers who were in Jerusalem accepting those who were outside of Jerusalem. Because, of course, according to our law, it's not for us to mix with those who are not Israel. But they of course, didn't understand the spirit of the law. They understood the letter of the law. And understanding the letter of the law, they could not see that this was Israel, a bloodline, and it will always be that bloodline. You get the point? They couldn't see that part. So here, let's skip up a little bit just to get the gist of what he's saying here. Now, that's the backdrop of this. That's not exactly this particular argument, all right? Somebody pick up on me for the brother, please. Start from 8.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Most High.
Right? For by grace you are saved. Meaning, what does that mean? Who knows? Who understands it? For by grace ye are saved. Go ahead.
Saying that we got grace, we have time to change. You know what I'm saying? Don't get back into the fold.
You're right, but you gotta give it to me. You gotta give it to me in a way that Israel could understand. When I say Israel, again, those who don't know the truth. Right? Yeah, give it to me like that. Go ahead. Hold on 1 second. You want to take another shot at it? Your pass? No sweat. Go ahead, Shapat.
little time to try to endure toward the end. Whether you got a second chance.
Okay, you got a second chance as opposed to what?
As opposed to a Levitical priest coming and killing you.
Killing you when?
Right now.
Right now. For what?
For your sin.
All right. For your sin. All right. Or for being a criminal in the Lord's kingdom. Right. That's really what it is. Right. Like even because of the Christian church, every word that's really biblical is damn near turned into a whole sappy, moist reference. Like you can't rest nothing from the Bible without sounding sappy like big old Freeda. You get the point? You can't really do it. Fellowship is a whole homo word right now. You know what I mean? It's just so, let's congregate. It just sounds so moist. You get the point? So even when you say because you're a sinner, it just sounds just, you're a criminal in the Lord's kingdom, Mark. Just like how you would break America's laws and be a criminal, you're a criminal in the Lord's kingdom, and you would be put to death or have to face a punishment for breaking God's laws. Just like you would have to be put to death or face a punishment or face a fine for breaking the laws of the land. You get the point? America don't call you a sinner. You say you're a criminal. Say you're unpatriotic, you're un-American. You get the point? That's what sin really is. It's the laws of Israel that we call it sin, but you're really committing a crime. I'm putting it in that way so you understand it today. You get the point? So now you done committed a crime. You're supposed to go do your time now or get put to death now, and your lawyer work out a deal with you. You and the state where you get some time, consider a probation period. Right? But this probation period is not, it's not like Esau's probation period. This probation period is very much that at the end of it, you could very well be put to death the same way. You get the point? This probation period is, as Shapat said, it's a second chance to make it all go away. You get the point? It's a second shot to make this all go away. And that probation period is called grace. Right? You are saved by grace. Not by anything you did, not by who you are, not because the Lord favors you or anything. Lord wanted you dead. You had a lawyer who was arguing for you, and he argued the point that the Lord said, well, let's see, let's give some time. Let's give it some time and see. But the Lord giving it time to kill you. The Lord giving it time to punish you. And of course, if when he comes to punish you, he finds no fault, then no problem. But if there is fault, then it's going to be a problem. You get the point? So that's what he's saying here. All right, read it again from the top of 8.
So Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It is the gift.
And that not of yourselves. That's important. That's very, very important. Why is that important? Go ahead, brother.
Sorry. Because nowadays we taught that we can do things on our own. You know what I mean? All the different philosophies, you are God, and so forth. You know what I mean? So from a person that's not in the truth to hear that, they would think, okay, well, it's not me doing it, it's the Lord doing it.
Exactly. Like because of the Christian church, we as a people, we think that you could do things on your own. You could do things yourself. You don't need anybody. You don't need authority over it. That's what that whole self thing is about. I did this myself. I could do this myself. I don't need somebody to tell me what to do. I don't need anybody to, give me permission. That whole self-will is Christian. You get the point? It's absolutely Christian. And it's now going to turn you against the Lord. Because, of course, the Lord is your father. And those of you brothers in here and sisters too, but you brothers in here, especially if it is that you have children, you know the importance of your children checking with you before they do everything. Or letting you know what they're going to do and X, Y, Z. The minute you start seeing your son or your daughter starting to do things that you have no idea about, you already know they ain't listening to you. It don't matter who they're listening to. They're going to say, oh, I just did this myself. I feel like doing this. You, of course, being a man, you know that's bullshit. You know if they ain't listening to you, they're listening to somebody else. It's just a matter of who it is. But the fact is they're not listening to you. That's how it is with the Lord. If you're not obeying the Lord, you're obeying Satan. It's plain and simple. Now, Satan could be Stars Network. Satan can be WPGC 95.5. And I'm not saying they Satan himself, but that message of Satan, you get the point? That's what they're going to start hearing. You get the point? Satan could be, you know, the preacher. It could be the Christmas song on the radio. It could be whatever. Whatever that's in the air, that's common culture, they start listening to. You're not listening to the Lord. Right? So now he's making it clear. You didn't do this yourself, because he know how man is. Man is very self-willed and proud. Absolutely proud. Like them old sodomites in the purple. They proud as hell. They invented this thing called the IUIC and invented brand new knowledge that was supposedly better than what their forefathers had, because they're proud and they're self-willed. You understand? The Lord, he don't play like that. You're gonna do what the hell he say, or you're gonna die. All right. So that's what he's saying here. But you get grace now, and you're gonna have to live by faith. Why? Because by faith is what? You're going to have to do certain things and live a certain way, which is what we call the work. You're doing the work of the Lord. You're going to have to do things a certain way, live a certain way, make this your lifestyle in the hope that you did it good enough. You understand? I want you to understand it, because get it very clear. It could come back now that at the end of the grace period or the probation period or that time to get yourself right, you could what? Come up short. Just like paying a bill. You owe a bill, it's due on the end of the month. You call them down and you talk them down for 10 more days. They give you 15. On day 15, you $10 short. What are they going to do? They're going to feel sorry for you? What are they going to do?
Cut you off.
Yeah, and you don't get a refund. Whatever you paid into it, you owe them that. You owe them 10 more though, and it was up till today. Don't got my money today. Get some candles. Right? Get some kind. Y'all ain't scared of no candles, right? Oh, you're laughing, chuckling and shit. Get some candles. Candles coming in a while. Y'all think y'all gonna watch Ukraine and them cry, Zelensky them cry all day long? Y'all should keep an eye on the Middle East and what's going on over there, brother. They're taking over the world. I'm pretty sure. Get some candles out. Slack, I'm gonna come to you. Go ahead, Bakwar.
Even if you are trying to have it turn back on, they're gonna charge you an extra.
Oh, they're gonna charge you a reconnection fee. You're gonna pay so much so you're gonna go look for somebody else to get a free connection with as a brand new user. You know what that is? That you're gonna go become Christian now, because you can't pay what the Lord wants. Which is why ever come in here, because they can't pay what the Lord wants. They refuse. Not they can't. They refuse to pay what the Lord wants. Just like with a bill, when they hit you with that bill and you owe $400, you get them $350, and you work overtime and you pawn some shoes and shit. You eat ramen for 3 weeks. You ain't eating that big old steak no more, and Checkers and whatever else you was eating. And you think they should respect your sweat and your equity, right? And all the shit you did. Why? Why they should respect that shit? You late. You the one couldn't handle it. They're doing you a goddamn favor. So now when you do it, they say, well, listen, I'm going to have to cut you off. You get the money later on. You come to reconnect. They charge you an extra fee. You have the money, but you say what? This is some bullshit. Right. I ain't paying that. I was just short $10. Now you're going to charge me $150 to connect. That's all right. I'm going with Verizon. You're going to the Christian church. That's all. That's all that is. That's all that is. You come up in here, you can't wear the all black, so you go with somebody who let you go to camp in flip-flops and 3/4 pants. You get the point? You can't come up in here and learn and follow suit and do whatever you want, do what you're told to do. You go where somebody say you could do whatever you want, just pay me at the end of the week or whatever. You go where the requirement is less. You understand? You go where the requirement is less because you're self-willed, right? But this here is talking, this grace here, you can't be self-willed. This grace here requires discipline. It requires commitment. It requires you understanding that you deserve to die or to live in darkness or to not have a house or to not have a car, whatever it is. And only because the Lord, he's not ready to put blood on the floor yet, that you have a little bit more time to get shit straight. And if this time passes, what you think is 100 may not be 100, which is why you should always, the scriptures say, keep your garments on at all times. Meaning what? Always be in the work, always be in the spirit of the thing, because you don't want to now get comfortable and start, I'm going to say this Christian word again, this biblical word that they turn Christian, how they say backsliding. You don't want to now get comfortable and now you start really just being back how you was, and now you just blow that second chance. So you didn't do this yourself. It was grace you did this by. All right, go ahead. And it's a gift from the Lord. It's a gift from the Lord. And to understand a gift from the Lord, just think it's a pardon from the state. You understand? Just imagine the state give you a pardon. The governor, whatever governor in Maryland or Virginia sign a document saying they have to release you because he decided to have pity on you. You understand? Everybody around you would say, this is a gift. Everybody around you would say, man, don't blow that chance. That governor let you out. The state let you out. This, that, the other. Don't blow it. Man, you got to give, man, listen, man, if I wish I had that, everybody would tell you that. No, that's how it is finding the truth. Finding the truth is a gift from the Lord. You understand? And it's nothing you did. You ain't special. The Lord gave, now this is your time. This is your grace period that we all have. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 9, not of works, lest any man should boast.
Not of what?
Not of work, lest any man should boast.
Right? Not of works. It's not of yourself, and it's not of works that any man should boast. What does that mean? Go ahead, brother.
You didn't earn the grace because you did something good in the sight of the Lord. He just showing you love at this time period.
Okay, for by grace are we saved, right? For by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of yourselves, meaning you ain't saved by, you didn't save yourself, right? It's a gift from the Lord. Not of works, lest any man boast. What is the not of works? What is not of works pertaining to? Okay. Anybody else?
It's nothing that you did when he's giving you a chance of the Lord's mercy.
Not just the chance, but read the first line in 8 one more time, brother.
For by grace are ye saved.
Are ye saved? That's the point of this. The point of the grace is to make sure you saved. Even the saved, you got to break that down a different way, because the Christians then turn that into some old sappy nonsense, right? For by grace are you, so what? For by grace are you now free. That's the best way to put it. You're now free. You understand? That's not the best way, but that's one way that you could put, instead of for somebody to understand what being saved is. Now you're free, because people in the world today don't feel free. They feel very closed in and almost like a claustrophobic reaction in their spirit. They feel oppressed, and the truth sets you free. The scripture says, know the truth, and the truth will make you free. That's damn near, along the lines of saved. You get the point? That's not damn near long. Now, of course, we not saved, quote unquote, now. We in the grace period. He who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. The end is what? One of two things. What is it? Go ahead, Shapat.
Death and when Christ comes back.
Death and when our King Yahawashi returns. That's the end. Right? You endure till that, you could count yourself saved. Now is the grace period. And he's saying none of it comes by what you did, not of works, right? None of it comes by that. You get the point? Not of what you did. It's not whatever you did. This is the Lord giving you a chance now to start to do what he wants, not what you want. We just think here the concept of you being pride and self-willed. Because some fool will say, well, then what we doing any works for if it's not of works. That's not the works it's talking about here. The works it's talking about here is the works you would do yourself. You understand? You still had to do what he wants, which is the work of the Lord. You get the point? That's not this works here. Not of works, meaning not of what you want to do, like IUIC. That's something they wanted to do. You understand? That's not something the Lord said to do. You understand? We're going to go into that tonight. All that purple, that's something that they wanted to wear. That's not biblical. That purple they're wearing is absolutely not biblical. And we're going to go into tonight. And they could disagree if they want. Let one of them old sodomites call in, man. Tell them the number again.
202-989-1950.
Right. You could call in and get the truth, brother, and go ask your deacon, your old dancing, sassy ass deacon, Abigail, if what I'm saying is the truth or not. Right? Because I know nasty name, he don't give a damn. Once you're paying him, he gonna tell you whatever. Right? Right. So now that's what it's saying. Lest should any man boast. Meaning the Lord, you can't deliver yourself out of nothing. Right? You got to do what the hell he wants, and then it comes. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. Verse 10. For we are his workmanship, created in YAHANNA, unto good works, which the Most High hath before ordained that we should walk in them.
Right? That's the work. That's what you should be doing during the grace period. That's the works you should be doing. So when they say not of works, that's a different thing. Some fool will tell you the Bible contradicts itself. It say not of works, now it's saying works. They just don't understand. Or 9 out of 10 times is some heathen who reading a letter that was not addressed to him. You just don't have no business reading my book. This is my book. This doesn't concern you. And I don't need to explain shit to you either. You get the point? You think the Bible contradicts itself? Good. So when Christ comes, like, you cut your head off. These people here, I need them to understand the Bible. Right? Keep going.
Verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past.
So now, understanding everything we just went through, he's saying to them now, remember, you being in times past. This is Paul talking to the brothers in the school in Ephesus, right? These is not the brothers who was born in Jerusalem and grew up Israel and, was in Passover every year. These is brothers who probably never even knew of the Passover or knew that they could go to the Passover. You get the point? This is brothers and sisters who's outside. So he's saying with all that, remember, this is grace and this is not anything you did. Don't feel special. This is now you had to come and do the works of the Lord. So remember now in times past, go ahead.
In times past, Gentiles in the flesh.
That in the flesh you all were Gentiles, meaning what? The things you did with your flesh was the Gentile way. You get the point? The things you would do in your flesh, that was the Gentile way. Right? Go ahead.
Who are called uncircumcised by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
Right. So in times past, remember that ye being Gentiles in the flesh, not Gentiles from the seed, meaning you might live in amongst the Arabs, but you're not an Arab. But the things you do with your flesh is like an Arab. You get the point? You doing this whole nonsense they do and like an Arab. You get the point? You cut your hair like an Arab. You wear clothes like an Arab. You have sex with an Arab woman. Or if you're a sister, you have sex with an Arab man. The things you do with your flesh, you're a Gentile. And you would be called uncircumcised by those who are of the circumcision. Meaning those who now with their flesh doing the things of the Israelites and are Israelites themselves. They would now call you uncircumcised, right? Go ahead.
Verse 12. That at that time ye were without Christ.
Right? And at that time, when you would do things with your flesh that was of the Gentiles, that was like the Gentiles, at that time, you didn't know who our king was. You was without Christ, right? Without, again, because of the Christian church, you say, well, you was without Christ. You didn't have Christ in your life, in your heart. Without doesn't mean, that old bosom bullshit. What does without mean?
It's like,
Come on.
I mean, without it's just like not having.
Okay, that's true. But if you tell that to somebody in the world, they'll internalize it as that old nice warm bosom feeling that the Christians feel, right? You are without Christ. No, I'm with Christ. What does that mean?
Not with Christ. Like you don't follow.
Like you what?
Like you don't follow him. You're not doing what he said.
You're right, but okay, I want something a little simpler. Go ahead.
Not knowing the law, statutes, commandments.
That's true. All that's true. Let me just give you a simpler way. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, without the Spirit of Christ, without the leadership of Christ.
That's true. All that's true. I'm just saying it a plain way that you could talk to somebody who is really twisted up because of Christianity. Either they're in the church or they don't mess with the church at all, but they Christian with every concept they have of the Bible. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if I was to word to a Christian, I would say you never knew Christ.
All right. All that is true. Let me give you a simpler way, right? If I say, be in by 7 because there's danger without. What does that mean?
Be in by 7 so you won't be in danger.
And where's the danger?
Not following the instructions.
The danger is outside. You could be within and be safe. That's inside. You get the point? That's the old Quaker English. You're without. You don't have it, or really you're out of whatever this thing is. If you're within, anybody who's within here is what? Anybody who is in here. Whoever is without is outside. In times past, you were without Christ. You was outside of the body of Christ. You was outside of his spirit. You was outside of the kingdom. That's where Christ would rule. You was outside of it. You didn't know nothing about it. You wasn't part of it. Go ahead. You was in the danger. You was in that situation where now, and you don't know it. So he's saying, remember, in times past, you were without Christ. Go ahead.
Being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel.
That's what I'm talking about. Aliens of the commonwealth. What is a commonwealth? You can look it up for the exact definition. Quickly.
I'm sorry, I got it.
Go ahead.
Commonwealth. Number 1, the independent country or community, especially a democratic republic.
Independent what's this? Country or community. An independent country or community. Anything else? Any other definitions or senses of it?
2, an international association consisting of the UK together with states that were previously part of the British Empire.
That's an example of the first one you read. Go ahead. We have
a nation, state, or political union, a unit such as one founded on law and united by a compact or tacit agreement of the people for the common good.
Right. That's it. That's what a commonwealth is. That's the nation of Israel. Read it one more time.
A nation state or
a nation state. We are a nation. What is a nation? A very big family. You have a family, then you have a tribe, then you have a nation, right? A nation is a very big family. A nation or state. We are state when Moses instituted them written laws. The laws always existed since Adam, but Moses put that to paper.